Hey everybody and welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to do a really quick overview of the MiniTool Movie Maker. Now, before we jump in, I want to note that I did get a free copy of this in order to make this video, so in that regard it is sponsored, but I am going to do my best to make this open and honest. So I'm going to go over a couple of different things on their website, then I'll jump into using the application and making a really quick clip just so you can see how quickly everything functions. Now, you can see these tools at minitool.com. They have a couple of different utilities and multimedia tools. However, in this video, I'm going to be focusing on MiniTool Movie Maker. Now, one thing to note, I will put a link or an affiliate link in the description so I can get some credit if you're interested in purchasing this tool. Now, when it comes to the tool itself, a couple of things that I really like about tools like this. So I did a separate video on Movavi, but I wanted to show this tool primarily because there are a couple of different options. So firstly, you get a free edition to try out. You can export high quality videos without watermark, and you get the first 3 videos without length limit and then a limit from then on. So I really like that you can truly try it first instead of some of the other tools where there are watermarks or other limitations. Now, once you go to the Ultimate plan, you'll see that you get 1 license for 3 PCs. This is the only option with multiple PC access. And you'll see lifetime free upgrade. So I love the fact that you have options like this, and it's for the most recent versions of Windows, and then obviously you can export really high quality videos. So I like it when they have an ultimate plan with the lifetime free upgrade, or you can do 1 month free upgrade or 1 year free upgrade. But point being, I like that they have all of these different options, and again, you can kind of choose or grow through them if you're interested. Now, again, I'll put the affiliate link in the description, but going to the website itself, you can click on Movie Maker. Usually you'll have some kind of a discount if you're interested, but when we go, you'll see that they're currently on 8.1. You can see the download and then go through, but a couple of really just features I wanted to cover. So they have multi-track video editing, easy to use, feature-rich video editor. So that's not, in my opinion, much of a feature. It's just more of like a user experience thing. Then you have a couple of different options as far as editing scenes and also exporting 4K and 1080p videos. So you can scroll through the website to learn more if you're interested, but let's go ahead and jump into the editor itself. So I already have it opened up. You'll see that it's pretty straightforward, has a pretty decent clean look overall. So this is the default view. So scrolling through, you'll see we have media up top, then we have audio. And you'll see these are going to be audio clips from different, basically from the tool itself. None of these are my audio clips. Then you have text, transitions, effects, and we'll continue to go through, but I want to start off with a clip because just reviewing these menu options doesn't help a ton. So when you click on add, you'll see that we have a sample movie that I previously created. But what I want to do, I'm going to go to video. And I have a couple of recent clips that I've recorded. So we're just going to choose this one. It's a short screen share. And if you want to add it to your little timeline down here, you can either drag and drop, or you can just click the little plus when you hover over it. Now, what I like about this is I'm using a relatively older computer. So my laptop, it has 12 gigs of RAM and an i5 that's about, I would say, maybe 4 years old or so. And I'm also recording while doing all of this. So you get a general feel for how quick everything loads on that type of hardware. Now, as we scroll through, you'll see that you'll have the audio portions throughout where you can see spikes so you can kind of tell where different pieces of audio are coming into play. Now, you can click on a certain area and then there's immediately a crop tool, which I really like because this is something that I use pretty heavily when editing videos. Now, another thing that you can do is you have the option, and you'll see that as we go to either side of these clips, so if I scoot this clip over, you'll see it doesn't allow you to have those gaps. But when I put the mouse here, I can shorten this clip this way. And if I put the mouse just a little bit to the left, I can shorten this clip this way. And what you're basically doing is cutting out portions of that clip. So if I were to move halfway, you'll see that it's basically cut off that portion of that clip. Now, as you're selecting, this is basically, in a sense, a scene selector. So when you click on various areas of this timeline, which do have timestamps, you can see what basically in this tool up here, this preview window, what you're looking at. Now, you do have the ability to choose your aspect ratio, and you can adjust your volume as well as going full screen. Now, another thing to note, if you click right here, you'll see that there's a disable timeline snap if you're interested, and you also have this zoom to fit timeline. So if we were to select this, for example, my clip, which was much longer, now fits in this single screen. So you can see the timeline's adjusted to match that clip. Now, you have the ability to zoom out or zoom in as you see fit as well. And then you'll still have a more granular view of audio, and then these little snapshots here of really just what the screen looks like at that given moment. Now, you can still use this scroll bar to scroll throughout if you're interested in seeing different areas of that timeline. So now that we've covered some of the basics, you have your scale here if you're interested, and you can adjust based on whatever your needs are. You have the option to reset, and you also have a rotate function. So you have quite a few different options that you can choose if you're interested, and you can just set these and then see in that scene select. And then if you're interested, you have options for flipping, resetting, and you can do all sorts of things to, for example, zoom in. So I'm going to reset this really quickly. Now we'll go over to color. So you have all of your color options here, your speed, and your audio. So you have fade in, fade out, and then volume level. So a couple different options here. Now with some editors, you have the option to hit and go above 100. That's not available, at least here. Now you do have the ability to expand here as well if you're interested. And once you're finished, you can click export here and you'll get this export menu. So you can export, you can name it, choose your location to save it. You can choose your file format and select from these. You have your resolution here that you can choose from, and then your frame rate, as you can see as well. You have a settings menu for additional settings if you're interested, and you can see what those are here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and close this really quickly, but you'll see that we have the video content here. Now, maybe we decided that we wanted to select audio. Well, you can add audio in a variety of different ways. Now, if we click edit on our clip, you have a couple of different things that you can choose to select from. So for example, let's just go back to the beginning. If we chose this clip here, you have the option to right click and you can click edit, and again, edit those different properties over here. Or if you're interested, you have the ability, so we can click the lock option or unlock for different items. That way you can avoid accidentally selecting something or moving it. So for example, now that I've locked this, if I try to select or move things, I can't edit it any longer. So that I think is very, very helpful as well, especially if you're like me and you're really moving quickly. Now for the audio clips, for example, we can click the add button here, and then we can move over here. So basically, now that we've clicked add, you can continue to, we'll just say, shop around through these different effects and really just choose where you want to work from. So maybe I want to add this audio clip here. You'll see that now we have the audio, and you can choose where you want to put this audio clip. So for example, there's multiple timelines down here. So you have different options that you can work with. Now, if we wanted to, for example, I could choose to have this audio at 0. Now, what I can do when I play this, the audio plays on this side, but not on this one. And then we can choose this, and you'll see that the audio, maybe we want to turn that down a little bit because it is on the louder side. We can choose that volume adjustment, and now the audio is quieter. Now, you do also have a ton of other audio effects if you're interested. You can also throw in text. So there's tons of different defaults if you're interested. So let's just say we wanted to add this. So when you click play, you'll see that we have this text that pops up. So you can choose to adjust this text right here. We can say really anything we want. So we could say hello with a couple of exclamation points. You can choose your opacity and other colors. So if we were to go here and then click play, you'll see that now everything pops up here. Now maybe you decide that you want to delete something, and then let's just say we're going to make a couple of different changes. So if we wanted to, we can move this text here. We can go to this clip and decide, you know what, I want this audio to be silent, and then we just want this song to play in the background. So we'll make our sample video. But maybe you also want to add in some transitions. So we have a couple of options here. I personally like some of these, like page curl, for example. So we can click add, and you'll see that there are no clips. So what we can do here is you would just drag it, and then you'll see that it cannot be applied before or after title. So what we can do is we would actually have to manage based on whatever that next clip is. So there's no clips, so you would have to go from, let's just say this clip here. Maybe you want to duplicate it or something like that. So we can go back to our media, drag this here, and then maybe we want to cut so that we just have these two clips side by side. We can now go back to transitions, and then you can choose the transition, and you'll see why here. It's basically saying this is where this transition is going to occur. So what we'll do is we'll click play really quick, and you'll see that page flip that just took effect. And then you can select the effect and choose the duration and update this a bit more. So let's just say we wanted to adjust this. You'll see that now that page flip is a little bit slower. Now, we have other effects that we could utilize as well. So for example, as we scroll through, you'll see a bunch of different options. So if we were to click this download icon, and then maybe you want to drop the effect in, once you click play, you'll see that now we have page flip.
Sting test.
Now, there are a couple of other options that I don't utilize as much, but just to show, you do have some filters here. These different elements that you can add to the screen as well. So you'll see we have a couple of different options, but these are more so on the, for example, subscribe on YouTube or some of the other options. And then you do have some motion effects as well if you're interested. So there's quite a few different tools that you can utilize. So overall, I think it's a really powerful editor. I like the fact that you have the ability to lock things down here in this timeline, and I like how quick it is. So to wrap up the video, I want to export this clip that we've made. So we're going to call this sample. We'll put it on the desktop, and we'll choose all of the defaults here. Now, what we'll do is we'll click settings, and I'm going to click best. OK, and export. Now you can see about how long it takes. So it's relatively quick, and then just like most movie editors, you have the option once it's been exported to view it on the given platform or in the given folder. So what I'm going to do is I will go ahead and cut the clip and then let you know right before it's finished. All right, so jumping back in, it did start to speed up pretty quickly, so I think it exported in pretty much well under a minute. So if we click Find Target, we have the option to view our sample video, and you'll see right here everything playing. We have that music in the background. We have our sideways video
Sting test
with additional audio. So I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, you can feel free to drop them in the comment box below, and I'll see you all in the next video.